What is up, YouTube? Reflex Card here for another video. Now, in today's video, I'm covering the new features that have been added in DayZ's beta version, or the stress test version that is currently playable, and that is how I've gotten all this footage. First major feature we're going to be covering is the new style of PvP you're going to have to be using, and the first major noticeable thing is the crosshair. The crosshair has been a new feature that has been implemented. They want to go for more of, I think, kind of like a more mainstream version instead of the half U kind of thing they had going on. Well, it's like a half circle kind of thing. But this new system is a lot better because people have been talking about how the first shot is super accurate. Then after that, it is like all over the place. You can see here, I'm kind of putting him in the crosshair and it's just landing all over the place. And another feature that's changed with the new crosshair is the way to ADS. If you hold right click, it'll bring the weapon to a ready. And if you hit middle mouse or you hit shift key, it'll bring the weapon to an aiming down sight, and you'll be more accurate. As generally of every other video game, if you look down their sight, and it'll make you super accurate. Also, the zombies and stuff like that have a little more hitting stuff. I'll cover that a little bit later. But zombies do have a new hitting system, and making it so they're a lot more dangerous to come around. And they also have this knockback thing, and that causes it so you'll reel, and they just swarm you, and you get absolutely ganged up on by a bunch of zombies. And also, with that said, zombies are super deadly now. They can actually drop you pretty easily, so you need to focus on melee, which is what I'm covering next. Melee has also changed. It is now a comboing system, so you throw the weapon around. My favorite now is the lead pipe, which I found was probably one of the quickest to kill. The fire axe is still pretty good, but it's not as good as the lead pipe. So lead pipe, it just kind of flails around really quick, and it just drops Zeds really fast. Now, with the new PvP system, also has the new stamina and the new damage indicating system. Now, you can see my character is limping, and using the bottom left, there's a bar, and it is going down, because I think I'm trying to sprint here. But with that, there's a new stamina system, so it'll slow down the character's ability to run away from a fight, and also, if they get hit, they get to this limping system. Here's crafting. Crafting has changed. There is now a dragging system where you need to drag and combine, and you need to hold left click. Left click is a major feature now that you need to use this to your advantage, because it allows you to combine items and stuff like that, which keybinds will probably be able to change, but I personally like the new system where you can hold. It's grown on me quite a bit. Next feature is reloading magazines. Same thing, you need to hold and it'll reload the magazine. Next part is the opening food. Same thing, you gotta hold, press and hold to allow it to open. And food now is different. You can actually see how there's that circle going around, but now when I begin to eat the food, pump is changed as well. It is now just a sip. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry about this, but the pump is changed. Now it is you just take a little bit. It is still better to use a water bottle or something like that, and you'll get more water quickly because they fill up a little bit quicker. But here's an example of the food. You can actually choose how much you eat now. So you can just like eat this little bit, or you can eat half of it, or you can eat all of it, which is a really good thing because now you can kind of just been like eating, and if you want to cancel it, you can stand up and try to and hit sprint. It'll cancel it instantly. Now with it being standing up and walking and sprinting, you can actually walk and eat now, which is incredibly useful. You can walk and eat, and you can do most features while still walking, but crafting and patching items, such as using a sewing kit on a t-shirt, is still the same. You still can't do that. So, with all these new features added, I will also go through some of the physical features changes to the map. First clip you saw in the video was new Northwest Airfield. Northwest Airfield has been changed incredibly. Cherno has also been changed, which the first picture here you're seeing is from Cherno. And throughout the other part of the map, it's still the same. Not much has changed. I think the Prison Island has also changed, but I have not been able to see it. And I think I'd heard rumored Northeast Airfield was changing, but I do not believe it has because I've not heard much about it. But the two major changes are Cherno and Northwest Airfield. And also, they've added a huge part of the map now is covered with a bunch of water courses. So there's now tons of like rivers and streams and lakes throughout the whole western side of the map around La Patina Castle, which was already kind of I guess you could say like dug out and kind of shaped up to be covered with water like it was in 062 where it was no water. That's I think kind of what they did that for. But thanks for clicking on the video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed seeing the new features, and hopefully this will kind of convince you to possibly come back to DayZ. I'd love to see a lot more people playing this game. I love it. I've put 600 hours in just over a year of play. And also, I'm looking for people to play. It's fun to play with people on DayZ. That's how this game is the most fun. You have to play with people. If you don't, well, it's just kind of boring, and you don't get as much action because you don't get to go meet up with them, and you don't have to kind of coordinate and get into a little more stressful situations because you're trying to coordinate with a friend and try to kill a zombie or kill another player per se. So I will say please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for clicking on.